When the American public is polled as to what their greatest fears are, the number one fear is death. But just slightly below that, and sometimes in some studies above it, is public speaking. For some reason in this technological age, in the information revolution, when we have all these tools that we can use to communicate, the most direct communication, face-to-face, one-to-one, interpersonal public speaking has become something that most people fear and will do anything to get away from. I don't want you to be like that, because I'm going to tell you something. A large part of your success in life is going to be on your ability to sell yourself, to sit down with one other person and make the case about why you should be hired, why you should get the promotion. When you're trying to get married, why the person should spend the rest of their life with you, or when you have children, why they need to live according to the rules and standards that you've set for them. So public speaking begins with you understanding what you need to do. And there's really only three things. Here they are. One, tell them what you're going to tell them. That's called the introduction of your speech. Everybody within the first 5 minutes of your speech should know what you're going to talk about, how you're going to do it, how long it's going to take, why you're a person they should listen to. Nobody should be sitting there after 5 minutes going, so what, and who cares? You establish that right away with an interesting opening, with a forecast of the speech, telling them what you're going to tell them. The introduction of a speech is nothing more than tell them what you're going to tell them. The body of the speech is tell them. And you should have just a few points, 2, 3, 4 points with more evidence. If you have to weigh out lots of points or lots of evidence, what you want is lots of evidence. So tell them what you're going to tell them. That's the introduction. Tell them, that's the body. And you should support anything you state as an assertion in the body of your speech should be supported. I think that you should marry me because I love you, because I've never met anyone else like you. I think you should hire me because your company will be better if I'm there, because I have a 3.4 grade average. I've worked every summer. I have experience. And if you tell me to do something, I'll get it done. I'm punctual. But you present an assertion in the body of the speech, and then you back it up with some evidence, so you leave no doubt in the ears of the listener that you are the person that they want to hire, be with, or get to know. So tell them what you're going to tell them. That's the body. That's the introduction. Tell them. That's the body. And lastly, tell them what you told them. That's the conclusion. That's where you go back through the introduction and the body and pick out the 2 or 3 high points that you want to leave them with a quote, with a famous fact, with something that's going to blow their mind and leave them with no doubt that you knew exactly what you're talking about. So when you give a speech, don't freak out. Get 3 by 5 cards, divide them into 3 piles, introduction, body, conclusion. Write down the things, tell them what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them. Look them right in the eye, practice in front of a mirror the night before you do it, and don't look at the audience and picture them naked. That's very distracting. Some of us you don't want to see naked. Look right in the middle of their forehead. If you have to look anywhere other than the eyes, look in the forehead. Nobody can tell the difference. Make sure you're varying your eye contact around the room and watch people respond to the speeches that you're giving. This is Dr. Will Keim on how to give a good public speech.